Washington State has a darker side. Forgotten stories, centuries old, are now shrouded in mystery. They came by thousands to the West, looking for the American dream. Many found a nightmare. Despite unhospitable conditions, hard winters, and unfriendly natives, they came here. They raised families here. They lived here and died here. But today we remember, we rediscover our haunted history. Our first mystery begins about a 30-minute drive from downtown Seattle in the small town of Ravensdale, Washington. Nestled in a quiet, unassuming neighborhood of modern houses is a secret that's long been forgotten.
So I'm here in the small town of Ravensdale. Back in the late 18 and early 1900s, it was a coal mining town. And there was a coal mine here, and there was a dangerous explosion there when a bunch of explosives they kept just went up. And supposedly somewhere in this upscale neighborhood of nice houses, there is a cemetery, a kind of abandoned cemetery where they buried the deceased miners. There's supposedly remains of the burial sites and tombstones, and many of them were unknowns because just trying to find work.
These are the miners believed to have died in the accident, and these are the ones believed to be buried here.
Oh my. You can see here ruins of the spots. And ruined sarcophagus. That's crazy. The name on the granite headstone has been washed away. But you can see here the sign of the cross. Make our way through some unkept trails here, and we'll see what else we can find. Again, the names are unreadable. I kind of want to peel that moss to see if I can read it, but I also don't want to damage any of the weathering patina. So apparently 31 people perished in that explosion. So in theory, there should be 31 grave sites in here somewhere. Oh man, whacking through these bushes. Oh, what do we have here? Another headstone. I'm kind of pretty far back in the brush. And here's another headstone of some dude. Can't read it. Well, brother, you are not forgotten. You can see I'm not even far from somebody's house. And there's probably a good chance they might not even know this is back here. Oblivious to the history right behind them. Here's another grave site. A shallow sarcophagus. Headstone that's missing. How cool is that? Oh wow. Right here. The edge of another sarcophagus. Wonder where the headstone is. Well, they say life comes from death. This little sap maple right here is growing right out of where the headstone would be to this sarcophagus I just found. No headstone remains, but this tree here will mark the grave of this person for as long as this tree stands. Here's another sarcophagus edge. You can see it runs back, covered in moss. That's it. Back into this tree. And this big old tree right here, looks like maybe a dogwood, marks the headstone of this fellow here. Here's a slab of concrete right here. Looks at one time there was something carved into it or etched that's now illegible. Rest in peace, brother. Well, that wraps up here at the Forgotten Miners Cemetery here in Ravensdale, Washington. Tribute to kind of the old times. You know, dudes were just hard-working dudes, and they believed in taking care of their families and working hard and risking their own lives even so that they could provide for their families. And times like these in these days is often forgotten. So not only is this a cool Halloween episode, but it's also a tribute to kind of these forgotten guys. And until next time, have a good one.